want to get off the darkest ground.
Hats.
But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Woohoo, not yet.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
We're back.
Yep, we are. What's going on?
Well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to yet another movie night. We are here and we're live, and I think we're about ready to go. At least I hope so. But we do have a rather large panel with us this evening, so let's get right into our intros. We're going to start with Chris Kelling tonight.
Great. I'm shoveling popcorn in my face and you call on me.
He did it on purpose.
Yep.
Yes. Did you ever do any waitressing there?
Right.
Strickle?
No. Heck no.
Anyway. So yeah, other than still looking for gainful employment, the week's been pretty good. I can't complain. The house is getting to the point where I can actually move back in, which I'll be really happy about because I can set up my studio and I won't be sitting there. I have to borrow a room from my parents and they'll be happy because I won't be taking up space in their house and they can have the room back. But anyhow, so that I'm really getting kind of excited about that.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing pretty well, and we're glad to have you with us.
Back to our host.
Yes, thank you for coming to yet another movie night, Chris. We appreciate you. And we also have with us tonight Tornado.
Hello, everyone. Tornado Pelt here, and once again, drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only thing I drink on these
We
shows.
wouldn't
Drink
expect
Mountain Dew.
anything less.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Momnado,
drank
I
Mellow
will.
Yellow once.
Momnado, I will pay you to switch out his Mountain Dew with the alcoholic Mountain Dew and see if he notices.
Oh, he'd notice. He'd
Yeah.
notice just
Is
from the
that-
smell.
Oh,
Didn't they do that
No.
with instant coffee at one point?
They did.
We switched their
See,
coffee.
I need to get shot glasses, and every time we have a drink, I need to take a shot of Fireball.
Oh, jeez.
You
I'll have
poor
it-
man! Sorry, you poor woman! You poor woman!
I will have an ambulance on standby. Don't worry.
I have done this show with Kraken before. I do not recommend it.
Well,
Oh, but this where it gets fun.
Let's continue on with our intros. We also have Momnado here tonight.
Hi guys, welcome to movie night. I hope you enjoy the evening. Sit back, have fun, all that fun stuff.
We're glad to have you with us, Momnado. Thank you for
Thank you.
that. We also have with us tonight One Wing Sparrow.
Hello, everybody. I have spent my day arguing with people on Twitter, anti-vaxxers in particular, so I am pretty
Ugh.
well prepared for today's stupid.
Wow,
So you
that
spent
sounds
your
like a
day
lot
on
of fun.
Trigger. You spent your day on Triggered.
I have fun because I've already got all my talking points literally pulled up and all the articles, and yeah.
There you go. Well, we also have with us tonight, we have Brooke. Hello, Brooke.
Hey,
Hashtag Boot Brook.
How's
Hey,
everything
I've
going in
only
your
been here
world?
for 10 minutes. Going pretty good. I'm just trying to move and get an apartment and trying to put a PayPal out on my Twitter a while ago and trying to just raise money to try and move with
Right.
and that just enough to get the things I need covered to help with that. But yeah, I have that, and I do already before we even start have a drink call on Mom NATO. She's telling everybody to enjoy the show. You want them to enjoy the stupid. That's I think drink worthy.
That's what they're here for. So
That's
She
what
didn't even
I'm
hear you
here
say
for,
it.
definitely.
Oh
Okay.
come on, Mom NATO! I called you
Well-
out and you weren't even here.
Well, I had to change shirts. I realized that my head was disappearing into my background. So now what was the comment?
I called drink on you for telling
Oh.
people to enjoy the show
Mm.
when we all know that it's going to be painful. Unless they're a
Well-
bunch of
It's
masochists.
true.
I don't know if
Well,
that's true.
Well,
There is an argument to be made that we
Maybe
are
a
a bunch of
little bit.
masochists.
Oh, see, we are
Well,
on
okay.
the panel.
I am Tornado's mother. I wouldn't say I'm a masochist, but I might say I'm a sadist.
No, no,
Okay.
hey, no,
Mom?
no kink shaming. Stop it.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
Anyway, let's continue on with our intros. We also have Jenny Morgan with us tonight.
Good evening, everyone. How are you this fine day?
We're good,
Fantastic.
Jeannie. Nice to see you.
Oh boy, I'm so glad I am here today.
You
What are we
are.
going to do?
Drive ourselves crazy.
Why do you sound so
Yeah.
enthusiastic?
that sounds like she's reading.
I know, right?
Does.
Teleprompter.
Yeah.
And,
No, the teleprompter broke. This
ah.
is all written down on a piece of
White paper.
paper. I had to turn it over. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, I miss movie night.
Anyway, we also have Bino joining us. It looks like the audio hasn't connected yet, so we'll give a minute for that. Let's take a look here. All right, I think I got everybody else, and let's see. Okie dokie. All right, perfect.
You never introduce yourself.
I don't. I'm me. Hi me. I'm here and I'm doing okay. So yay. Was that pretty good?
That was pathetic.
Oh, it
Did
was
we introduce
perfect.
Tornado?
Wait,
Oh yes, he was second. I think he was right after Chris.
Yeah, he was right
if
after
there's me, is there myself and I also there with you?
Yes.
I'm just trying to make sure we
And
get
we're
And
going to
I'm
introduce
here
Loki.
and you're
Here
there.
we go. There we go. Here's Loki.
Aw, cute kitty.
Aw.
He's my bud.
Oh,
Well, one of
oh,
my buddies.
Yeah.
No, don't.
You're forcing me to do this, Mom NATO.
I know. We must introduce Loki. Say hi, Loki. He's
Aw,
like, no,
and Chris
no,
has a
no.
puppy.
There's Abby.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, my puppy's laying down in the hall, and he's getting too old to get up
That's
and
cute, Chris.
come when I want him to.
You have a friend
Shadow.
for movie night.
My popcorn.
Yeah.
Shadow, come here, buddy. He's like,
Alright.
Mom, no. Come here.
So anyway, we're gonna move
There we go.
on.
There we
There's the
are.
puppy. I see the puppy.
Dude.
Oh,
Mom, Nato, do your cat and dog and Tornado all use separate food dishes?
Yes.
Just curious.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Joe,
All
buddy.
right. Well, anyway, we're going to
This is
continue
terrible.
on.
Those are my toes. Don't lick the toes.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. And today, of course, is September 11th. It has been 20 years since September 11th of 2001. I, in particular, I was just about 3 weeks shy of 14, and I was in 8th grade. You know, typical morning, and everything seemed, just normal. But it was anything but normal, and I wasn't nearly as close as some people may have been to New York, but being in New Jersey, it was still close enough to be scary and very memorable. It stuck in my mind. So
I was at work.
Yeah.
It was in math class.
Yeah. I was
6th grade.
eighth grade homeroom.
Mm.
I was on my way to.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
there was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of scariness and for a lot of people.
I know.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we are just gonna take a minute of just silence. I'm just gonna mute the chat mute the panel for a minute and just remember 20 years ago and remember that day and remember those people. So
We
just
drank their souls to Valhalla.
so just bear with me a moment and we'll get a moment here just to remember. All right, and with that, we are back. And I do see here that B is with us now. So thank you, panel and live chat, for bearing with me for a minute there for us to take that moment to remember everything. Let us get our introduction for B. B, no.
Who's in a dark room? You can barely see him.
Well, I have a light up here, but my cats are currently playing with the bugs.
Aha.
So they're half blocking the light. Because, a moth got in. It's very exciting. So you will see me flash a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
How is everybody? I'm glad I could make it.
Doing all right.
Not too bad.
We're here.
We're here. Yeah.
But are we really here? Can we prove that beyond
Well,
any
see,
doubt?
I'm
That's
here.
Therefore, I am.
Therein lies the problem is we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a 25-year-old reminder of just how old I am down the hall. So,
But-
yeah.
Shut
is
up,
that-
Mom NATO.
But is that really true, or is that part of the simulation?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you something here. Ask yourself if I do or if I don't exist. See how far that gets you.
See, I can assume I exist, but I can't guarantee I exist. I could be some part of the
There's no
simulation, and
guarantee
you
in
could
life.
be exactly.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm the troublemaker of the chat. I know.
Yes,
I'm
we're
sorry.
not existing in the Matrix. Thank you.
I was just remembering it was.
No, now that you mentioned
movie.
that.
It was from a movie. I think it was one about Albert Einstein and his niece or something like that, and she was talking with a bunch of philosophy students from Harvard or Yale or something like that, or maybe Princeton, and they're saying they're trying to do the prove that you exist. Therefore, or I think therefore I am. Prove that you exist. And she goes, "Tell you what, assume that you don't exist. How far does that get you?"
Hey, Chris, do I get bonus points if I can name the movie?
Sure, because I don't remember the name.
It's called IQ.
Okay, yeah.
I'm glad somebody remembered.
You know what the real answer is to that question, though? When your prof sits up there and says, we're going to examine this and how do you know you exist? And the answer is, why the fuck would you be asking me if I didn't exist?
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't exist, why are you asking me?
Well, lastly,
Tornado, why is your hand raised already?
lastly, we also have a purple Rems
Well,
with
I wanted
orange
to
with
say
us.
something.
Hey, purple!
Do we have a
Yay!
purple?
Hello.
Hey,
Purple,
And
purple?
I guess I had the
there
start
goes
time
the
wrong.
stream. Man, they are lowering their standards if they let you on. Oh wait, never mind. They allowed me on here, so
Rude.
But they let me on.
Rude.
Purple
we
is
just
like
need to get
How
tiers
rude.
compared to me.
Guys, let me tell you, this panel has no standards. It's okay. there are no standards.
Obviously, I'm on here.
I was like, yeah, look at me. Have you seen me? I'm the one who starts all the stuff. Just look at
Oh,
what I've done
jeez.
already.
Now we just
Ooh,
need to get
low
RJ back so we can get the
Yes.
get the science.
I insisted for years I shouldn't be on the panel because we don't need 2 tornadoes.
All
Touche.
right. Okay.
Hey,
But
I'm just
Purple, we're glad
Woohoo.
to have you with us tonight.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Doing okay here.
Awesome. And let me take a look here. Let me bring up the stream.
I do have something to add.
Yes, Tornado.
For the ones who have died on this terrible day, for the ones who gave their lives overseas, to the ones who fought and bled for our freedom, we drink your souls to Valhalla tonight, brothers!
Stop shouting,
Thank you, Tornado.
but thank you.
yeah.
We also in the hold on one second. I'm pulling up different windows here. Okay. Awesome. Anyway, also tonight in the description of the movie night, and I'll post it in the live chat as well, we do have the PayPal link for Jenny. So if anybody did feel inclined to do any kind of super chatting, please don't. Please instead, if you have any extra change that you'd like to throw away, please send it over Jenny's way. If Purple would like to explain maybe more, or Jenny, or anybody who would like to explain a little bit more.
Well, it's for Jenny. She
Yes.
should probably take it.
I agree.
I'm in a bad situation, folks. As some of you certainly know, I'm an extremely limited income person. All I get in income I have is the Social Security retirement, and that's barely enough. It's not enough to even help me to live. I run out of money every month before the 25th. And a week and a half ago, my car blew up.
Oh,
Oh.
geez.
which is only somewhat humiliating, considering that's what I did for my career, is to take care of those sorts of cars. And unfortunately, I no longer have the resources to fix it myself. I do not have the income to fix it myself, and I do not have the physical stamina to fix it myself. And so I need help, because I live in the middle of absolutely butt-fuck nowhere. And, for example, the closest McDonald's is 30 miles away.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I have to make appointments at our local hospital, sometimes as many as 3 a week, 4 a week. I'm on a bit of a respite right now, but that'll be starting back up next week. And so I need transport. Uber would come out here from La Crosse, but they'll charge me $45
Jeez.
to get here, and then $45 to take me to the appointment,
Right.
and then another $45 to bring me home. So nobody can really live with $120 worth of transport a day.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I need help. We're certainly not expecting a new car. My strategy was I was going to look for parts and get someone to stuff a new engine in my car. Weren't having much luck finding a new engine. This is not a real common car. And a friend of mine out in Virginia offered me a car for free. and that would be great, except the car has been parked for about a decade.
Oh
And
God.
that's about the worst thing you can do to a car. And to even
Mm-hmm.
drive it, it's going to need over $2,000 worth of parts.
Right.
Right.
Plus having to go out to Virginia and find someone there to fix it.
Right.
Yeah,
And
really.
just to drive it home. A few days ago, somebody turned me on to a guy who happens to be next door in Wisconsin, about 4 hours away, who has a car that's virtually identical to what I have now for sale,
Mm-hmm.
who's looking to get $3,000. And he is anxious to sell it, but he agreed to kind of give me about 36 hours, 48 hours to get it together and to buy it. So we're doing a Mad Rush fundraiser here to see if it's possible that we could get enough money together to buy this car.
Can
And that's what it's about.
Can I add to that, Jenny?
As you wish.
So, thank you. So I went ahead and set up the stream for tomorrow. It will start at noon Eastern. I will go for 2 hours, and then Purple's going to start up, and they will go. She'll go for 2 hours or whatever. You know, Purple sometimes goes for 8. You don't know when it's going to end, but so that's the plan. So I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to have everybody jump over into Purple's chat, and you know, like I've said, and I think someone else already said, if you can't give any money, that's fine. But if you just shill that out, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitch, Twitter, wherever the hell you are in social media, and just spread it out. You know, that's what I'm doing and that's why I'm trying to help this way, because I don't have any cash. So I have nothing to share right now. So that's how I'm helping, because that's the only thing I can do right now. So
we need people to try and get it out there in front of as many people as possible, because, you know, obviously, unless we can get at least a few thousand people to see it, she's not likely to get the $3,000 goal.
Right. Yeah, so absolutely. Like I said, and you know, I
Avengers,
shared the link in the chat,
assemble.
and I'll continue to share it throughout the night just in case anybody missed it. But yeah, I mean,
wish I had
definitely, you know,
something I could
if you have some change, you know, throw it Jenny's way. But if not, if you could at least just share the link, that would be amazing as well. So, you know, I do appreciate all of you, and like I said, please do not super chat tonight. If you planned on doing so, send it Jenny's way instead. That would be greatly appreciated.
And I just, for my own satisfaction of my guilt about even asking for help, this car I'm looking at is 25 years old and has 250,000 miles on it. So I'm not trying to go after something like expensive and luxurious here.
Right.
And also I want to add to that Jenny is buying a BMW. Jenny used to work on BMWs, so she can maintain, as long as it's not heavy duty tearing the car apart shit, she'll be able to maintain that car better because she knows that car.
Right.
She's wrote manuals on BMWs. Yeah. So this is literally the best way for her to go to be able to, you know, well, you know, short of the motor blowing and it not being worth trying to fix it, you know.
Well, in this particular one, that Jenny has the, you know, decades of experience to maintain it.
Right.
And being the same model as her old one, she can use the old one for parts for anything it might need when she gets it.
Yes, that was exactly where I was going. Thank you, Purple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So this is a win-win. We just have to get enough people to.
And realistically, people, can you buy a used car that you could expect to drive for $3,000 these days?
No, I can tell you that because my mom bought me one for that, and it's sitting out in my driveway, and I can't drive it because the transmission is going out, the water pump is going out, none of the windows in the front roll down anymore.
Which
and that's why you get it so cheap.
I should probably address the extreme mileage on this car, and why do you want something a car where the engine in it just blew up? Well, it blew up because of my fault. Okay, I had an engine oil leak going, and I knew it, and I was feeding it oil and keeping it up to a proper oil level. And the oil leak that I had suddenly went catastrophic.
Oh.
And all the oil lost, and the bearings started spinning all within 30 seconds.
Oof.
And,
Damn, you must have like totally blown a seal then.
Yeah.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
to have.
It was
Like-
a seal on the oil filter head, which is
Oh,
the point of the engine that gets the maximum oil pressure from the pump.
wow.
Exactly, because it has to push it through the filter.
It leaks out faster than the Dickens.
Right.
Leaks out
And I-
faster than a sieve.
Yeah.
Leaks out fast. Never mind. Forget it. I went dark there. Never mind.
Yeah.
So normally this engine is unbelievably durable. I've seen this engine family go 400,000 miles.
Wow.
So I know it's capable. It's just that I played the game and I lost. I take full responsibility for it having blown up. It was not the car's fault. It was my fault.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, like I said, we
And
do
there-
definitely want to help as much as we can.
I shared the link on Twitter, so.
And that right there, folks, is what you call an adult.
Yeah.
That's what a true adult is. I made a mistake and now I need help. That it takes a mature adult to not only admit that, but to admit it on a live stream. So thank you, Jenny.
It might have been less likely to happen if I wasn't trying to make a turn and downshift at 85 miles an hour.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jenny.
Jesus Christ!
That, ladies and gentlemen, is an adult.
That's just the way I drive out here, where there are
Right.
no cars on the road with you at any given time. You
Right.
can get away with that.
Jessica, please remind me later never to ride with Jenny. Thanks.
No,
Okay.
Hey, I've never had an accident and I've never had a speeding ticket, so
I was going to say the police paid no attention because this is typical in Minnesota.
Right.
I was gonna say it's because she lives in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
and there's no cops out there anyway.
I'm not going to judge
and
either.
when and when you have a sports car like a BMW that handles the way they do, and you live in an area called the Bluff region or the Driftless zone, and there's nothing but beautiful curvy roads going uphill and downhill and tight turns and broad turns and snake turns, and it's so hard to resist. It's just
my goodness.
it's
I
like
fall
the
prey to that
infinite
on a motorcycle.
My cousin drove us from St. Michael down to New Richland, all through back roads at about 120 miles an hour on cruise control. So,
Hey, what's your selection of stuff for the wheel tonight? Out of curiosity.
yes.
Yeah,
Plenty
we
of
should get that
stupid.
Oh, that's right. We got a thing we're supposed to be doing.
sport.
But anyway, thank you everybody for sharing the link and for, considering throwing any change you have at Jenny. Just throw it gently. We don't want to ping it off her forehead.
I would mail her my box of
Shekels.
change, but it would probably
Yeah.
cost more than the change.
Folks, thank you for your consideration.
Yeah, I wish I could help, but all
Yeah.
I can do is tweet out the
different
link,
color
and that's
tonight.
because I'm
Instead of
Which-
throwing change, if Jenny would just twirled on the pole, they'd be throwing bills.
That's true.
There you go. That's the key.
There aren't any
I do
poles
want to
strong
say
enough to
though,
hold me.
when you go to, sorry, what, Jenny?
There aren't any poles strong enough to hold me.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, when you guys go to donate, just so you know, or if you want to encourage other people to donate, there's no tax on it.
Mhm.
So you're not paying tax on top of like you normally would with like Patreon and stuff.
Right.
The one she has set up has no tax on it. So hey, it's hard to give bigger donations through it, you know,
Right.
because they do that, but you can do
Yeah.
it.
Actually, with PayPal, as long as you're careful about which boxes get checked, if you mark it as sending money to a friend, PayPal does not take any fee.
Mhm.
Oh, my apologies, Purple. Thank you. I did not know that. I feel
I
better
didn't
about
either.
people using my PayPal now.
Yeah, you
on my
have to,
Patreon.
when you're doing it, you have to make sure you check the right boxes because it's just a small thing in there. But if you get it there, you can send any
Oh.
amount and they won't take a fee out.
Excellent.
Oh,
Thank
Good
you
to
for that.
know.
that is good to know.
All right. Well, we do have our wheel up. It's colorful.
Let's do it.
It's colorful and purty.
And hard to read.
Yeah, well,
Not really.
there's that too. We have.
I'm old. I can't read it.
I don't have it pulled up. Okay. We have
that green one says Houston, doesn't it?
It sure
Yeah,
does. And the yellow
the
one
other
says
ones-
web.
Well,
One says either levitation or Leviathan.
That's incredible.
Leviathan
You guys, I live
creepy.
in. You guys, this is incredible. I live in Houston, Minnesota.
There you go.
She does. I
It's
didn't
a
want to say
sign.
anything.
I vote.
Yeah.
I
This
vote
is the other
creepy.
Houston, though.
It's almost
We're a little
Halloween.
more famous.
Sounds good.
this is the good
Are we
Houston.
decorating? Are we dressing up for Halloween?
You can do whatever you'd like.
Don't tell me that. I have
I don't even know what
I-
day of the week Halloween is this year.
Sunday.
Oh,
Is it a Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, so you might
And
want to be asking Shadow, Mom Nato. You might want to be asking Shadow then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game of Fools will be on
If we're gonna
Saturday.
Either Saturday
it
or
might
Sunday,
be
depending
Saturday
when.
or Sunday.
Hey, I'm dressing up at work on the 31st, or if I'll even be in the office actually on the 30th. No, I won't be because I'm at home. That's even if we go back to the hybrid schedule. That's not a week I'm home. So on the 20th I can't dress up, but I'm still gonna dress up. I'm gonna dress up. I have at minimal, I'll be one of the things from Cat in the Hat because I have I think it's Thing 2 is the shirt I have. So.
I'll
And I
probably
am
just
not-
pull out my shitty Stargate uniform
And
again.
I am not trying to stall this at all whatsoever. I promise that very
Yeah.
much. You all bought that, right?
Well,
And
anyway.
Wheel of
Let's
Misfortune.
wait. Hold on, Tornado. We haven't even gotten to read them out yet.
Yeah,
Hold
really.
your horses. All right.
Hold your cow, Moose.
Anyway, we've got on our wheel tonight. We have Intimidation. That's the red one. We've got Creepy, which is the bluish one. We have Stratification, which is the pinkish one.
Stratification?
Stratification.
A kiss with an S?
Stratification. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't heard that one yet.
Fast.
That's how they spelt it?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this will be fun.
Okay.
We have Webb, W-E-B-B. We have Houston. And then we have Levitation. So,
Wheel
of
let's
Misfortune.
hold on, Tornado.
I'm anxious.
Houston, we
I
have
can
a touchdown.
tell.
Did we not get the stuff holding over from last week, or you didn't know which ones we'd done?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't even think to ask Cheese Mondo and which ones weren't done and which ones were and which videos he did or didn't have. I didn't get any of that. So I just
I
threw
am so
these on
bummed.
there.
I was
we did, like,
promised to do
6.
the dinosaurs.
Oh no, is there a dinosaur one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well, pick it up for next week.
All right, I'll do that. I'll put it on the wheel for next week. Anyway, we have First Amendment audit fail, intimidation fail, First Amendment audit fail from USA Audits. It's a whole lot of fail. We have
Fuck.
Mr. Sparky, Mr. Sparky.
We also have 10 creepy cryptid sightings caught on film by Slapped Ham.
Bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can tell you that just by the guy's name.
we have experiments in stratification. We have Flat Earth. The James Webb Space Telescope exposes itself, and that's a level Earth observer.
Oh, no. I'm okay with that one. That sounds like it might be a little spicy.
We also have Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we
attacked
don't
by...
want telescopes exposing themselves.
Yeah. We have
Speak for yourself.
Houston, Texas. Attacked by U.S. Marshals. Crime equals photography, and that's by News Now Community.
Oh, News Now,
Oh,
please.
fuck.
I need some idiocy like that.
Last but not least, we have This is Real Levitation and Telekinesis by Watch Facts.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure if Tornado's ready or not, but, if you want to do the wheel incantation.
Turn.
I-
Show us the stupid that we should burn. Spin it.
Hold on, it's not spinning.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Continue your doos.
Oh, Rio can spin.
What do we got?
I know that.
Tailspin.
All right,
Oh, yes,
intimidation.
Zoom karaoke is going to be its own thing someday, I swear.
Oh no, we're gonna start with one of those idiots. Oh.
I'm
They're
okay
all
with it.
idiots.
Sparky. I want to see Mr.
What do you
Sparky.
mean one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
I am-
idiots.
I'm perfectly okay with this, believe it or not.
Mr. Sparky. We want Mr. Sparky.
All
Oh,
right.
God.
let me bring up our our video. Bear with me one moment.
I am not looking forward to the stratification one just because it sounds like it's going to deal with rocks, and rocks are
Excuse me.
boring.
Excuse me.
No, it sounds like it's
stratification.
stratosphere. Sounds like
Oh.
it's talking about the stratosphere.
Okay, that's a little bit that's a little
But
above my head.
No, except it's spelled
It's
like
way
the rock
above
thing.
your hair.
Yeah, like I said, it always goes over my head.
If it was stratosphere, it'd be spelled with an O.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's take a look here. Get my volumes all right. VLC.
Here comes a frauditor.
Okay. All right, I think we're all set and ready to go. So let's see what we got here.
Well, at least this one isn't done in portrait mode on a phone.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, this is just the
Yeah.
graphics. God knows what the actual content's gonna be like.
In
Yeah.
3, 2. Oh, yay!
Wow.
I can video anywhere here, and the guy told me to park right there.
Okay, well,
Sorry, can you pin your video, please?
What?
What?
Can you pin your video? Sorry. Or, sorry,
you
I
have
can
to
do it
pin
myself.
it. Yeah, you have to pin it.
Yeah, my bad. I'm still dumb.
That's all right.
Hey,
It's late. All
hey,
right.
you even if you aren't as dumb as the people in the video.
That's
Here we-
true.
Here
Remember
we go.
that.
Just tell me what
It's
it is.
all
I
right.
don't need to follow you. I read that, and the guy told me I could park right there, and I can video anywhere here. No, this is public. This is public property, and the reason I came back here is because someone followed me and came and took a picture of my license plate when I left here. This is public property. I have a First Amendment right to video and photograph. To video.
Leave this property, ma'am.
I have a First Amendment right to be here. Like
You
I
have
can
a
walk
First
in the
Amendment
lobby.
right to be out front.
Someone told me I could. You need to quit. Why are you getting so close to me?
Why are you?
I'm backing up from you.
Okay. I'm trying to get you to back up that way.
I can walk anywhere on
No,
here.
you
It's a
can't.
First Amendment right. Yeah, I can. And I parked here with permission. Someone told me to.
Okay,
When
no,
I didn't
that
pass that
someone
sign.
was wrong.
It was an
Drink.
officer. Was it you who told me I could park there?
Yes, Tornado.
Look, they're giving you a lawful order. You have to comply.
Exactly.
Failure to comply means you can be arrested for refusing to follow a lawful order.
Correct.
Yeah.
But do you think they care?
and that's
No.
called clickbait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have something to add on to that too.
Yes.
She complained that someone, so I guess it's a drink call for hypocrisy, because she was complaining someone videotaped her car license plate or took a picture of it, but yet she can videotape everyone else.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Every time Mr. Sparky sings, an angel gets its wings.
We
Oh
also
my God.
have Chris Kelling with the hand up.
I just want to make a point here that we actually got through at least a minute of this video without Tornado calling a drink.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Can we bring out the cake or something? You know?
Oh dear. We also have One Wing Sparrow with the hand up.
Okay, I promise this will be the only time I bring it up on this particular video. Sovereign citizens, if you are claiming to be your own country, your rights stop at the edge of your country, which is your property. Once you enter public or U.S. property, your rights end and you have to follow the laws on that property. I don't know how you don't know this yet.
and any.
Oh, sorry, go
Can
ahead.
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Any property that is owned by somebody else that you do not own, as long as it is a business, a church, whatever, is considered private property to the police, unless there is something that states that it is public property.
Like a
because a grocery store is considered private property, even though it is a business, unless it is a park that is owned by the city, or a school, or anything that is owned by the city, county, whatever. It is considered private property, not public.
Yeah, which is kind of my point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So all these soft citizens who scream, "Oh, it's public property," wrong.
Even the streets are owned by the city. You are literally trespassing on their territory, and they are allowing you to do it.
Right. Sparrow, you still had your hand up?
Oh, no, sorry, I meant to take it down. I just suck.
No, you're fine. All right, let us continue on then.
One of the officers just told me to when I pulled over there because I didn't want to go past that sign.
Yeah, you can't
But I
park
can
over
take
there, but you
I
can't
can take
walk back
pictures
here.
and video. Yeah, all on this property I can go in the lobby and do it, and I can do it right here, and I can take video of you.
You can do it out there.
I
You
can do it
from-
anywhere on this property.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
You need to walk that way.
This is a First Amendment right here.
No, it's not.
You know, also
Your First Amendment right is out there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is that's a request. That does not change my First Amendment right to video public property and to walk on it. Now, if you don't want me parked there, I won't. But one of the officers told me to.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling you to move your vehicle, so get in the car and move, please.
Okay.
All right, we got 2 hands up. I think we got Brooke first.
Yeah, that was not a request. That was an order to leave the grounds. And 2, it doesn't matter if it's public property.
Yeah.
If they say no recording, you can't record. Guess what? A kindergarten classroom is public property.
Right.
But I don't think it would go over very well if I went in there and just to record. Like, a jail is public property. Heck, even I think, what is it? Camp Pendleton, I think it's a R&D for the military.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's public property because it's quote unquote funded by tax dollars, but you can't go on there and record. Hell, you probably can't even get on there unless you have credentials from God only knows who. I don't know. It's the first place I thought of. So
Military
yeah.
ID.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's probably more to it, or that
Right.
might be. Yeah.
Well, we also have Sparrow with the hand up.
Not so much a drink call. It's just I would love to see this woman argue with a Hollywood lawyer because that would be hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
But I have argued with them, or I used to argue with them on basically a daily basis because I have several that are friends. But just, you're not winning this fight, lady.
Yeah.
No, I could barely win this fight.
What's a Hollywood lawyer?
Basically lawyers that are specifically adapted to the entertainment industry, filming, film rights, location rights, that kind of thing.
So you mean YouTube University isn't a valid place to get a law degree?
That, believe it or not, no.
Oh man, that's
I,
for me.
I learned more from these friends than I did from my film school, and even then, I can barely hold my own in an argument with these people.
Right.
I think the degree from Evergreen State College is worth more than the YouTube University degree. So.
Yeah.
The
also
degree from Guerrilla Film School is worth more.
We also have Mom NATO with the hand up.
Okay. I've had arguments with the police because of personal issues with my stepdad. And I can guarantee you she is not going to win this argument because they know that they are in charge. And if she doesn't do what they say, she is going to get arrested. And if she keeps backing up and moving, Mr. Sparky may come out. Let's continue.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Let us continue on then, shall we? We shall.
I'll move it right there.
We shall.
Arkansas Code 21-1-106. Look at that. That's Arkansas Code. Little Rock Police, you have General Order 19 that says I can do this. But the most important thing is the First Amendment. You need to leave me alone.
The First Amendment does not grant you the ability to go wherever you want.
On public property. That's what this is public property.
This area is restricted to authorized
No, it's not.
personnel.
No, it's not.
You can go out there.
There
you can go
is
in the
not.
front door.
It is
You're
not.
supposed
This
to be
is
back here.
public property.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, drink.
You can go that.
All right. I think we had Mom NATO first on that one.
I think
Okay.
she was.
So I'm guessing from the location and all of the cars around that she is trying to record at a police station. Just from all the cop cars that are around. And what she doesn't understand, or a jail or something like that, what she doesn't understand is there are specific areas in a police parking and or police department on their property where you cannot park, because that is where they park their cars. If it's got an active jail in it,
Hey,
that
can't
is
talk
where
on the
they
screen. What's up?
bring in prisoners that way. So yes, there are
I'm
places.
doing okay.
where
Just
you
screening
cannot
movie night
go.
because we had to do it on the night late tonight.
Sparrow,
for
we
this
can hear you. We might want to mute him until he's finished with his conversation.
I think.
But anyway, she doesn't seem to get the fact that if they tell her to leave, she has to leave, or she will be considered trespassed.
Right. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna get that point.
I don't either.
And then we also had Brooke with the hand up.
Yeah, kind of basing off of what Mom NATO said, it might be public, quote unquote, public property, but it is also restricted. I'll use where I work for an example. I work for the state that I live in. My building is secured because of the nature of what I do. I have all kinds of people's personal information that I have to have access to in order to do my job, because I work for Medicaid. I process applications. So you can't get back to where I'm at unless you have the right stuff to do that.
Right. Yeah, people don't realize that. Anyway, shall we continue? Okie dokie.
I'm going to walk around again.
You already did.
I'm gonna do it again.
Why is it? Hold on. Why did it slow down? Hold on. What the hell?
Because it wants us to savor every moment
Normal
that Mr.
speed.
Sparky comes out to play.
While you're messing with that, can I say something?
You are.
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm not sure what color this lady's skin is, but I'm gonna guess she's like a white Karen. And you know, this is just white privilege, man. This lady thinks she can go walk anywhere and do anything she wants. You know, I could not imagine seeing a black person do this.
Right.
Because
Also,
they know
as a-
that they would be in some serious fucking danger and they might get shot.
As a
So
person
that
with
is fucking white privilege.
as a person with
Elmo
a,
is the same way, and he's Mexican, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
as a
shocked by
person
that.
as a person with a lighter skin color, even I would not want to be pulling this sort of crap.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Well,
This
I
is
wouldn't do it because I don't look like, a Karen. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't
Fuck
do
that.
it because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. There's that.
So
There's
she's
that
a
too.
Hispanic Karen.
I don't know. But either way, she's dumb.
Oh, very.
All right, let us continue on.
Screwing up, sir. Get your hands off of me.
Don't walk where I told you not to.
Arkansas Code and Little Rock General Order 19. Here, I got it in my pocket.
Oh,
Get
God.
back up on the curb, please.
Got a rocket in your
See,
pocket.
somebody else would have been dead pulling some out of their pocket like that.
Tobler.
Tobler. Step back up on the curb, please.
Just stop it.
I think he's being very
Always want to
patient.
give directives.
Step back up on the curb, please.
Stop it. You don't like being recorded? You're a public servant, aren't you? If you don't like it, walk away.
What is the public recording of police activity?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can report police
Yeah,
activity.
First Amendment.
Where does
I
it
can
say you can go
anywhere on
wherever you
public
want?
property. Look at
Show
the
me.
Arkansas Code.
Show me where it says.
21-1-106. Look at it.
Mr. Sparky's coming.
You got a copy of it? You said you got a copy of it.
Nope. This is the General Order 19,
Okay,
and that's all you need because you fucked up many policies already.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
This is as far as you go. You need to go back up on the curb.
You are not going to violate my First Amendment right. And
This is not
you
your
will
First
not
Amendment
have
right.
qualified immunity if you keep on. I'm telling you, it won't work in your favor in the long run.
Drink.
Man,
Yes, Chris.
I keep hearing this qualified immunity thing. I have no idea what that is. Is that a
It's bullshit.
construct? Is
No,
it a
it's
construct
not
that
bullshit.
the sovereign citizens came
no.
up with, or what?
I can actually answer this. Qualified immunity is a immunity granted to. It's a subcategory of diplomatic immunity where they are claiming to have this immunity because they are representatives of their own country on our territory, which is fucking bullshit because you have to have it contractually ratified in order for it to actually work.
They keep threatening to have the qualified immunity of the police officer taken away.
The qualified immunity, I believe, I'm not an expert, of course. I believe, as far as the officer goes, that any law enforcement officer has that, so it protects them against things like, say, speeding on the way to an emergency call, or crossing the street anywhere they want against jaywalking laws, or doing all those kinds of things that an officer has to do to do their day-to-day jobs.
Policemen are considered basically interior, or what's the word I'm looking for? Internal diplomats in that sense, where they do get the same qualified immunity that diplomats from other countries get, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, basically, the police officers are supposed to be immune to prosecution for anything they do in the course of doing their duties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, everybody. I realized I tried to mute myself on my headphone wire, but apparently that didn't work.
That's all right. All right. Well, let us continue on then.
Sir,
step back, please.
I'm going to walk around on this public property. That's what I'm going to do.
You're an idiot.
Refusal to comply with the lawful order.
Yeah.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
Willard, 27107.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is definitely Little Rock, Arkansas. There's a lot of police cars. I think this is a Little Rock police station.
Yeah.
You're an arrogant, egotistical asshole.
Oh, that is called verbal assault.
I appreciate it.
What you doing, man? I know. What are you doing?
What's your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Lee. 2646 is my number.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
I didn't call you.
I know you didn't call. Well, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm going to pause it there for a moment. We didn't, get to really see any resolution from the first lovely lady that we had. But we did have, Glober Mom did go ahead and cite the code she was talking about. And Glober Mom says, Arkansas 21-1-106, a public office or officer or employee shall not prohibit a person from using a recording device in a place that is open to and accessible to the general public or any private property. Yeah, pretty much just,
comma.
yeah, pretty much just saying that it has to be an area that is open to and accessible to the general public or any private property.
Right.
It's pretty much protecting an individual officer, but it's not. It's not allowing them to just go wherever they want and film. That's not what it is.
Right, and the fact is that she was asked first to please leave, and then she was told, you are not going to be allowed to record back here.
And she did not want to comply with a lawful
Right.
order.
At that point, she is lucky that they did not arrest her for trespassing after refusing to follow the lawful order of the police officer.
I'm pretty sure they did arrest her.
Well, but we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we didn't. That was her own footage, and so I mean, we don't know what if she cut it out after that. Don't know if
in
the
general
incident ended or how it ended or anything
like
that. So.
It's really impossible to say because there are ways that you can upload footage to a cloud system while you're recording it. There are ways to, and honestly, police aren't supposed to delete files off your phone while it's in their possession. They do, but they're not supposed to. There's no way to know how this particular video came to get online.
Yeah.
It's kind of my point there.
We'll see. We'll see if it continues in the end.
All right. Okie dokie. Let us continue on then, shall we?
I understand you're videoing, but what are you videoing? Okay, what's your name? What's your name?
I'm the one they call.
Are you familiar with obstructing? What's your name?
Wow, someone who actually knows how to stay quiet.
Yeah.
She does have the right to remain silent.
I think
Have the
they're
right to
muting
remain
the-
silent.
Am I shutting that
Lack
door?
the ability.
You talking to me?
Also have a right to an education,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Unfortunately, that seems to be going right this way.
What are you doing over here?
What?
I don't
Yeah,
answer
he's
questions.
being really tyrannical.
Hey man, I gave you my name. Please give me yours.
I don't answer questions.
I don't like that his hand is on his weapon at the moment, but
He doesn't want to give us any answers.
aside from that,
Right.
I figured as much. How are you today, sir? What's your name and badge number, please?
It's Officer Rosenthal, and my badge number is 1947.
I'm just stepping back to keep a distance. Safe
No,
distance.
I'm good. I'm well with
credit
I have
to
no
these
ill
cops,
will
they
or
are
relationship. I'm just out
sorry.
here hanging out, taking pictures.
I know.
Because you're asking me what I want, but I didn't call
I
you.
haven't
So
asked you anything yet.
he did.
Okay.
He
Well,
did.
ask for your name.
I listen. I am not out here to A, get baited, or B, try and violate your rights. If you could agree with me that you standing out front with your bug mask on, not visible and filming for an employee would be something suspicious to call the police, correct? Could you at least agree with me on that?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, man. Again, I've been doing this for 14 years. I'm not in any position to get baited. However,
I don't know why you call it baited. Being a good cop is knowing your laws.
and I do know my laws.
That's what I'm saying.
And-
So you're not being baited.
Okay.
You know your laws and you're a good cop. Why
Right.
don't you just say that?
If
you
you
know
want to
what-
have a conversation,
I want to ask you
we can
one
have a
thing. It's not. It doesn't matter. I just want to ask. He wanted to threaten me with obstruction immediately when I wouldn't answer his questions.
Okay.
That's not legal. What he did. You can't threaten me with obstruction because I'm not obstructing.
I mean, he's allowed to ask you.
No, but he
for your name.
threatened me with obstruction for
Okay.
that.
Are
If I
you
didn't
in-
give
are
my
you in
name.
handcuffs?
If I didn't give, I'm just saying, why would he do that? Is that intimidation factor?
No, nobody's here to intimidate.
I'm asking
you're
you
free
why
to
he would do
go.
that. Why would you do that?
And you're free to go, Mr.
I understand. I'm free
I
to
don't
hear.
know
I'm
your
free to
name,
stay
or
also.
Mr.
But why would you do that?
Whatever.
I'd like you to answer that. Why
Oh,
would you threaten me with
God.
you
obstruction?
are free to go.
You're here on a purpose.
I
Oh
know,
my
but threatening
God!
a citizen, public citizen in public with threat of obstruction
Let me ask you
for
a
the First
question.
Amendment, and
Let
you're
me
trying to
ask you
trump
a
my
question.
rights. That's not going to happen,
Do
man.
you know what reasonable
Learn your rights.
suspicion
Learn
is?
your laws.
Do you know what? Can you?
Yeah, you don't
define
have
it?
Raz here. There's no reasonable suspicion of me.
Drink.
Can you define?
No, there's
it?
not.
Yes, Chris?
Dude, I would love to have one of these guys recite the First Amendment and tell us exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard him say, I don't have to answer questions because of the Fourth Amendment, which is not subject to legal search or seizure. Not
Except in this case, it would be the fifth.
right. Yeah. I mean, it's like I just say no. First Amendment. First Amendment. First Amendment. Great. What does the First Amendment say? What is it trying to protect you from the government from infringing on?
Right.
Yeah. And
Ooh, here we go. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right to people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Yeah.
And Tornado, do not read all of the subtext underneath all that, because there are actually multiple laws like you cannot yell fire in a theater. You can't there's a law that it's called the Fighting Words Clause, where if somebody literally aggravates you with the intention of starting a fight, you cannot be prosecuted under that. Like, there's a whole lot of shit there.
Right. Well.
But now the thing is, what was the whole intent of the First Amendment?
Freedom of the press is what he feels that they're infringing on, but there's only one problem with that.
He's not press.
This person, exactly, is not a member of the press. Therefore, his rights don't come into question here, because you're not recording this to be a member of the press. You're not putting it out there for informative purposes. What you're doing is trolling and baiting.
Yes.
The thing is, the First Amendment is to protect Congress from infringing upon your rights by passing.
Well, it's to protect
the government in general.
Protect the public in general. Not the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, were because they realized after they ratified the Constitution that you had a problem with tyranny. Even with the checks and balances and everything else that was put in there, there was nothing that protected the individual from tyrannical government, and that's what the Bill of Rights was all about. Now, the First Amendment, especially the freedom of the press, was to establish a free press, not a state press, not something like perestroika or TASS or some other government-run agency that is feeding you information.
Right.
It is, and also so that a person who has a problem with the government can go to the government, i.e., their congressperson, and say, "I have a problem here." Okay, so trying to deal with the cops. I mean, the same thing with being pulled over. The place is not to argue on the side of the road. That is not where you argue these items.
Right.
Or argue it in court.
Argue it in court. Make a case out of it if you can, and have it go up to the Supreme Court.
Right.
And
the whole Bill of Laws and Bill of Rights is to protect the common man from the government. But that does not give you the right as a common man, which is, or say common person, I'll rephrase it, to override those laws and do whatever you want, which is what these First Amendment auditors, quote unquote, are doing. They're trying to use the Bill of Rights to protect themselves when they're actually breaking the law.
Right.
And when they created these, when they created the amendments, they were assuming people would be reasonable.
Right.
Okay, so not sitting there trying to take it to the extreme of the letter of the law.
Right.
And that's really it really starting to irk me with
Well-
these things.
Let's see. We do have Tornado and One Wing Sparrow with the hand up, so we'll go over to Tornado real quick.
I'd already said my piece regarding the protecting the
Okay.
people from, the government and whatnot.
Gotcha. We also had Sparrow with the hand up.
Give me a second because I actually wrote down that.
Oh,
So
while he's doing that, thank you, Tornado, for looking up the First Amendment.
yes, thank you. I actually was thinking the same thing that Charlie in the chat was, which is what is qualified as press? Like, is it accredited? What counts? Like, I actually don't know that. So if anybody in the chat does know that, I would be interested to see that.
I can also use my Google Foo.
As long as it doesn't interrupt the flow of movie night, go for it. Also, Mark Baser, yes, I know that's not the question I'm asking.
I don't know exactly how the court defined it, but there have been court cases about people making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And the court determined that making videos on YouTube is just a hobby, but it does not qualify you as a member of the press.
That is what Mark Beiser was bringing up, or Baser. That's what he was bringing up. I know not every YouTuber is a member of the press.
I think it has to be like a primary living. I think you have to make a living off of it. I think it kind of. So yeah, but so the thing is, the problem with it is too, is it's kind of up to each court case. I mean, there'll be cases that set precedences, but it's going to all come down to each case individually. So while there may be like overviews and, generalizations, there's, because everything is so evolving with social media and things, it's not really a set in stone law.
I have something.
Yes, Tornado?
From nppa.org. What qualifies someone as a member of the press? Event-specific press credentials are usually provided by the organizers of the event, i.e. Major League Sports, concerts, festivals, press conferences, or corporate meetings. News organizations generally issue their own ID cards that identify employees and in some cases freelancers as working for that organization.
Yes, anytime someone, and this is from personal experience, anytime someone comes that is part of the press, they have what is called a press badge. It is something that hangs, they have to have openly visible on their person that says press on it. And then underneath the word press, they'll have their like NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN in their company's logo. That's the word I was looking for. So that it is visible along with a picture to show that it is them. If you are not wearing one of those, then you are not considered a member of the press.
Well, the problem with that is there are freelancers and there are people that may not be with an organization or even have a press badge per se. But it all, especially like I said,
they will have press credentials.
Yeah, they
not
will have
necessarily. If you're a freelancer, you may not. That's the problem, and that's the
I'm
issue.
sorry, I didn't mean to start a fucking argument here.
No, it's not. It's not. I personally feel like that's a difficult. It's not a very black and white thing. What is considered press and what isn't.
Well, that's why I was asking.
Yeah. No, absolutely, and I agree with everybody's points. I just think it's not quite as black and white because of the emergence of all the freelance stuff.
Well, like so many things, like so many things, the technology has nowhere near, or the laws have nowhere near kept up with the technology.
Right. Exactly.
Because at the time these laws were written, they didn't even have cameras.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things that haven't caught up, and it's difficult. It's not black and white, unfortunately. So it does make some of these things a little bit more difficult to prosecute.
We need somebody under 60 on the Supreme Court.
Okay, press credential statement. It does state that press freelancers will have a letter of assignment that will show that they have to present. They get a letter that states that they are a freelancer, but they have been given this assignment, or they're doing this assignment.
They're
for a
acting
specific-
as an agent for
Yeah,
specific-
like I said, unfortunately, with the times changing, like Purple said, the laws haven't kept up with the changing of times, and there are people that do make livings as completely independent journalists, and that's fine. It's when people that have a camera and a YouTube channel that's a problem.
Yeah, but the problem is that you also had you've always had that. You've always had people who will try to get a story to sell it to a news agency. They usually end up selling it to like TMZ or the Inquirer.
Normally
or
tabloid
something
artists.
like that. and that's called yellow journalism. Now, someone who has been involved with television production and understand what is actually a journalist. These people are not following any rules of journalism.
Yeah,
now,
and
that doesn't mean we have bad people. Don't have bad people in that industry, because a friend of mine who worked for a broadcast station was telling me one time of the news crew had an electronic news gathering crew, ENG, got word that someone had gotten killed in a car crash. They found out where he lived, went over, knocked on the door, asked his wife, your husband just died in a car crash, how does that make you feel?
Right.
That's those people were fired also. But I mean, the fact is that there's a certain code of conduct by news agencies, and these people are not following that code whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Well, let us continue on and see what else.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Honest, it's no big deal. It's good
Well, no,
conversation.
it's a good discussion.
Yeah, it is. So let us continue on.
Photography is not a reason. It's in the Supreme Court. Look it up.
Okay, here again. I don't have time to sit here and
Okay,
debate
I'm done.
you.
Well, you guys be safe, man.
Yeah, take it easy.
Hey, you did a good job. You didn't, man. I can't give you a
Jeez,
pass, bro. But you guys have a
edited
good
that
day.
out, did
Like
you?
a report card?
Oh,
Hey, bro, you get an A.
Can you like call?
You get an
Can
A.
you like call my boss and tell him how nice I was?
You look on the internet, you're gonna find out you're an A. You got a D. You tried to threaten me immediately.
Okay, listen.
Have a good day.
just make
I
sure
wanna
you
see what he
get
cut
my
out.
car.
No, bro, I'm right here, man. You guys have a great day.
All right. Well, we made it to the end of that lovely video.
Well,
Let's see.
these people are idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we already established that. Yeah.
Can't disagree with that.
Their attempts to audit are nothing more than, like I said earlier, troll baiting and just trying to start an argument so that they can scream that wherever they're at, somebody's violating their First Amendment to prove that our government doesn't work. And that is the whole point. They're trying to prove the government doesn't work. And yes, the government has problems. Every government does. But you're sitting there violating people's rights to not be on camera just because you want to troll bait is just as bad as the people you are trying to anger that you say they're violating your First Amendment rights. What about violating my First Amendment rights?
Right.
Cop does not have any constitutional rights about not being photographed, period.
Correct.
Well, there's,
Sorry, Wheel of
there is
Misfortune.
no, there
Hold
is
on,
no right
Tornado.
to privacy.
Tornado. Let us wrap this up.
I've been through you're gonna get arrested school if you don't put that camera down. They can't push you for it.
Well, but I have the right to say I don't want to be in your video.
Yes, but that
Right.
doesn't have to go any further than that. The person can still film them all they want. They're a public servant in a public space.
And I have personally been blessed
In
with people
certain cases.
like that. One of my favorite stories to tell, and I don't think anybody on Game of Fools has heard this story. Back when I was in high school, the first movie I made was a Second Coming of Christ movie because, of course, it was, but I matched it up with The Matrix and blah, blah, blah. We had a massive sword fight in a park, and I wanted to do the whole like Matrix like lean back and dodge bullets move thing, but we didn't have 120 something cameras to wrap around the whole thing.
Right.
So we rigged up fishing line to the trees in order to get the shot. Halfway through us getting this shot, and I was the guy who was doing the dodge because I would not trust anybody else to. No. Halfway through getting the shot, a park ranger rolled up on us. And what he rolls up on is somebody literally trying to throw a spear through my chest.
Oh boy.
And he was cool enough that he just let it go. So those people are out there if they know that it's an artistic, like, this is a bunch of teenagers, they're fucking around, whatever.
Right.
That's just what's going on.
Yeah.
Most municipalities have regulations about film production on their public streets and things.
Yes. And
then they can require you to be licensed and have a permit to do whatever shoot you're going to do.
You are entirely correct. This was the first thing I ever made, and it was in Ventura County, which requires you to have permits for literally everything.
Yeah, well, I remember in the movie Ed Wood, where they were shooting a scene on the sidewalk, and the cops come around the corner, and Ed yells, "Oh, I don't have any permits! Everybody run!"
Yeah, no. In my experience, it's better to just like, if you are there for a legitimate filming reason, it is better to just talk to the people there. If they tell you to go home, get the fucking permit. Right. But in my experience, they have been like, you know what? I'll be back in an hour if you're still here. Then I'm going to have a problem.
Yeah. Well,
okay, shall we
sorry.
Wheel of misfortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us the stupid that we should burn. Spin it.
Bandale, Rescue Rangers.
Okay, now you're gonna get us copyright struck.
Not with that kind of singing.
Wrong show.
Houston.
We have a problem.
In Tornado, if that would get us copyright struck, we would already be down because I sang the entire Tailspin theme song on the first one.
Yeah. Well,
it's sort of morphed into its own thing. Isn't it?
I'm just grabbing the video. Bear with me 1 second.
Now, who is this video by?
I don't remember offhand.
I think
Hold on.
it's like
I think this is News
Houston
Now
or
Community. Yeah.
Yeah,
And this is a
News Now
flat earther
Community.
bunch of people.
No,
No,
frauders.
this is more Predators.
Oh God.
Fun.
Let's see if Mr. Sparky makes an appearance this time.
I missed last one because I had to go do some stuff. Did Mrs. Sparky show up in the last one?
No.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Where's the fun in that?
That
said it was
isn't
gonna
as
be
common
fun.
of a occurrence anymore.
Yeah. There's a lot of, trainings going on and sorts.
Mr. Sparky doesn't make anywhere near as many appearances, does he?
No,
As
because
it should,
you've got
yeah.
so many people screaming, "Oh, you're abusing me! Police brutality! Help! Help!"
This is a very boring
I'm being
video.
oppressed. Come see me.
I'm working on it,
I was
Benny.
parroting the system.
I did actually want to point out how restrained the cops in that video were.
Oh, they were
Right.
very restrained.
When I saw they were, then again, I had to leave partway through that last one.
Those
so...
cops had like a short. Those cops did not have a short fuse.
Oh
Ooh.
boy.
Oh boy.
Let me guess. You're not allowed to videotape in a courthouse due to the private
Not without
information.
permission.
The
Yeah.
marshals said you need to leave. You did not, and they said, "Okay, then we will give you a free ride instead of jewelry."
These videos are highly annoying. Every one of them is exactly the same. It's the exact same turd, asking the exact same questions, making the exact same claims incorrectly, and it's just these are a waste of our time.
Just like
It's
flat
kind
Earth.
of like
Yeah.
flat earthers.
Yeah, I mean it is and
Chris.
isn't. You know, people do enjoy them, and it's the same thing with flat Earth and all the other woo conspiracies. Really, nobody's got anything
Yeah.
new.
Now, I'll tell you why I submitted this one. One, because it was short, relatively short. It's like 5 minutes or something like that.
Two,
And
because
two,
Mr. Sparky makes an appearance.
no. Two is the fact that oh, I lost my train of
It's still up.
thought. It's short.
Yeah.
Sparrow. Sparrow, your hand's still up.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
let's
Sorry.
get on with it and see what we got.
Oh, the other reason why is because this is from the auditor's channel. This is not a filtered through a reactor or a debunker or anything like that. So,
Right. All right. Let us get on with it. It is going. Normally I add comments to my videos. I'll only add a few for clarity. In this video, the footage is uninterrupted after contact till I went to make my complaint. This began in front of the courthouse, where it was uneventful. As we were leaving the area, this happened.
There's no way that's legit. No way, dude. That's BS. It looks like he taped that thing together. Oh, well, back up.
Company's coming. Company's coming.
You gotta make a decision he's recording on.
That's a good question. Let's see,
Sure.
you got a body cam, got a handy cam, got a phone.
Yeah,
All right.
Wow.
I'm not sure what you consider short, Chris, but this one's definitely not short, so I am going to speed it up a little bit here.
Okay. I thought this one was like 5 minutes. So what? I was wrong.
With a 1 in front of it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was gonna say we have different definitions of short.
I like you a little bit more right now. That was funny.
Let's see. U.S. Marshals followed us. Just gonna take quick pic of them, then walk on. Didn't make it.
Oh my god. Can
Okay.
I call drink for bad grammar?
You know,
And that's
no.
probably me.
You beat me in the federal courthouse. That's what we need
Yes,
to
sir.
know.
Step back, please. Rather you didn't get so close to me.
No, I am a federal officer, and I'll tell you, what are you doing?
Step back, please, sir.
I will step in your face if I have to.
What is your name?
Let me see your camera.
No, sir. Do not touch me, sir. Do not touch me, sir.
Who are you?
Am I being detained?
You are about to go to jail.
Am I being detained?
You're about to go to jail for being a dumbass.
Am I being detained?
Let me see your driver's license.
Am I being detained?
Where are you going?
What is your name? You keep
need to
saying
know.
you're a federal officer, but you won't give me your name.
Can you read?
What is your name?
My name is Calderon. What can I help?
All right, deputy. What do they call y'all? Deputy officer.
What do I call you?
Good citizen.
Good citizen? That
Yes, sir.
you're not.
Who are you? Am I being detained?
No, I'm gonna find out what you're doing.
Damn.
You're not going to allow me to leave? So I am being detained.
I'm asking you who you are.
This time I'm going to invoke my right to remain silent. Okay, my right to be free from...
is he arresting himself?
Yes, he is arresting himself.
Yes, Brooke.
Oh my god, okay. Well, there's a couple points on this one. First off, the right to remain silent. Literally, you don't have to say that. It's only when you're arrested.
Miranda
And
rights, yeah.
And two, I'm going to make a prediction on this one, and you can count if you want, or we can wait until it comes true based on it is he said he's going to remain silent, correct? How come I have a feeling that is not going to happen? He's going to keep flapping his jaws and sounding like an idiot
Ron
more than
White
he
syndrome.
is.
The Ron White syndrome.
Yeah.
I have the right to remain silent, but
I do not have the ability.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Mark Beiser and I kind of agree on this one too. That these gentlemen, unfortunately, these marshals, are screwing things up here because they are in the wrong. And as much of an ass as the guy is being, they in this case, so far at least, are in the wrong with the way they're handling it as well. So it's kind of
but I mean. But they have rules around those federal buildings about recording, and it's posted everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So
but the attempts to
how close he got into them.
Yeah, and the attempt to grab the camera, that was definitely something I was like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah, but if it's illegal and you record, they have a right to take that recording from you. That's insane.
Since 9/11, the government, by way of the Patriot Act, I believe, has legislated very heavy restrictions about filming in or around any federal facilities or airports. You can be walking down the public sidewalk with a camera in your hand outside of an airport and get arrested.
Yep.
Okay. The law is what the law is, and if this guy's not aware of it's changed.
Throwing up the peace sign.
No, absolutely, and I agree. I think my issue is just that. The way they're going about it. Yes, they have the right to take away his filming device or whatever, but he's got to be first, detained and that sort of thing. Like, just grabbing at it like that while confronting him in this manner. I think that's where the problem lies with this.
Yeah,
well, it also depends what state they're in, because some states have a no recording clause too. Like if someone says you can't record me, then and they're an agent or officer or whatever, then, you
can just
that's all they need to say. It just depends on what the laws are there, really.
Exactly.
And another thing is they did not ask him to stop recording. They just simply tried to grab the camera.
Right.
Which is, they're not following proper rights of search and seizure.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And that's where the biggest issue is he has the right to have his stuff. But if he is not told, please, you are not allowed to record here, you need to turn it off, then they are violating his rights.
Absolutely.
Or they have to inform him, hey, this is the law for recording anything in this area, and in this area you cannot record, so you are going to have to put your camera away. Then if he refused, they could say, okay, well then we're going to take your cameras and we're going to take them where they can be looked at to see what you recorded, and if there's something on there we don't want shown, we're going to erase the footage.
One of the vibes that I got when I first saw this was Goombas. Have a couple mob guys sitting there. They don't really care about your rights or anything like that. They kind of make you disappear.
Yeah, they do give you Goomba vibes.
Yeah.
All right.
They're the type of federal marshals that seem to think, oh, we're marshals, we can do what we want regardless of your rights.
So basically this guy has a point, but not for the reasons he thinks.
Exactly.
Well, yes, and the fact is he's still an asshole.
Well, that's I don't think that's for debate.
Let's continue on and see what else he's got.
Unlawful searches, and my 6th Amendment right to have an attorney present during any and all questioning.
You're not on risk, you don't need an attorney.
I'm also going to invoke my 10th Amendment right in its fullest, and my First Amendment right to protest out in public what government officials do and how they abuse.
Why don't you get out of here?
The thing.
You two idiots, get out of here now. That's what you are, idiot.
I appreciate your opinion.
I love this guy.
I love you guys.
He backed me up onto the property.
Get off the property. I think if we were on private property, we would get off the property.
I am raising my hand. Where's my
Is this not a public sidewalk?
Get off the property. You on federal ground.
This is not
Step off
public.
the property. You don't know what the public street is?
I see the public
Get off
street.
the property.
Sir, please don't push me out into the street.
Get off the property.
You lost your mind? Can I get a supervisor? Can I get a supervisor?
I'll call drink, but not drink.
Yes, Sparrow.
Back when I was before the sick times, I was going to apply to Marvel Studios because I really, really wanted to work on Marvel films. And we're talking like back, like Iron Man 3-ish days. It was a 2-block walk from my mom's office for the FAA. And this is exactly how I got treated trying to film my trip that 2 blocks, just because I started on government property because my mom brought me to the FAA office. And I'm like, cool, I'll just film it. Yeah, no, I had to walk an extra like block just to keep going and actually film.
Right.
Well,
it's not necessarily a drink call, just yes.
Well, we also did have Brooke with the hand up.
Yeah, it's kind of along the same lines of something that I've been told. Is I used to live near the school ball field, and I wasn't exactly on good terms with this school. Like, I had been kicked out of the game because I told the athletic director what I thought of him because I was no longer in school. Because he had an issue with me rooting for the opposing team because I didn't like the school and he knew I went to that school at one point. And he kicked me out of the game, and basically I couldn't stay on that sidewalk because at the time, when that game's going on, that the school grounds extend out to there. So I basically stood across the street and was rooting for the other team because I could be across the street. I just couldn't be on that sidewalk. So I was like, yeah, just because you're on the sidewalk doesn't mean anything. And can we nominate him for best acting performance for that shove?
Right.
Yes.
We also had Mom NATO with the hand up.
okay. I don't think that was acting. The guy did shove him. You could see his hands come up and push him.
It didn't look like it was as bad as he made
Well,
it out
not
to
that
be.
bad, but still, he pushed him
I'm not saying
into the street, which he could have that federal marshal arrested for violating his person and putting him into a dangerous situation, because we have no clue if it's a side street or if there are actually cars coming up and down. It looks like it's a tram station.
Not if it's on the property.
Right, but the point is see that sign that's in the picture?
Yeah, I see it.
It's trams only, which, okay, is this guy risking getting hit by a tram by being out in the street?
And that actually ties into what I was saying. A lot of times, government zoning will tie in things like that only because you may as well.
But there's I own property. So the thing is that there is an easement, is what they call it, for sidewalks that are still considered public property, even though the city owns. I own the property. My property extends to a certain point, but part of that property line is considered the easement between, for like, say, a vehicle had to park there. They don't have to ask me if it's okay. It would be nice if they asked me if they're parking along my fence line, but they don't have to.
Well, I mean, this is something I was mentioning in a chat somewhere, is the fact that an easement is not public property, nor is it public access. What it is it allows utilities and
Mhm.
other access that is needed. So
Right.
let's say like your water, what have you. That's all easement, because that's all part of the water department all the way up into your house, so it comes into the house.
Mhm.
And then but the fact is that me as a property owner, I still have to maintain that property.
Mhm.
I still hold the liability.
Yep.
So in other words, I have to shovel that sidewalk, much to my chagrin, but I mean, okay,
Right.
and someone slips and falls on that sidewalk, I'm sued.
Yeah.
And that does not. These people claim easements are public property. No.
Right. Well, no, I understand that. I'm not saying they are public property, but there's a certain amount of, they did not need to shove him off the sidewalk into the street.
Well,
if there
we
had
don't
been
even know if these people are actually federal marshals, or if they're hired security
they're,
forces.
but they're wearing badges, so and
shall we
identification.
continue on?
Yes, let's do that.
Sure.
Okay, I think so.
Owner operator. Actually, you don't even have a job. You're an idiot. I'm an owner operator. I own my own business. Thank you. I don't work for anybody but myself.
Have you called a supervisor?
You're doing really well. I have called the marshal down here.
Okay.
Platinum ring.
I'm guessing his name is Mark.
I'm doing pretty well. Married. You need to get off this property. This is public access. No, sir, it's not. You're on federal property. Get off this is public access, right? You're on federal property. It's public access, though. It's federal property. What's that say? I don't give a fuck what it says. Okay. Get off the property.
Oh!
I don't care what you say, then. I mean, you will when I put your ass in
Drake.
Yes, Sparrow.
Whatever is going on, he clearly has a microphone in his hand, which means he is clearly trying to just make a point for journalistic integrity, scare quotes, whatever. Like, it's clearly he is here in a way that is just
To cause problems.
yeah, like.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's what most of
he's
these
an
soft
instigator.
sits are. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's the point of most of these soft sits, and that's the problem, is that they're not doing it for the right reasons, or
Right.
it's all to instigate.
Hey, I promise I
These
will not
guys
bring
are
up the other
falling
thing.
for it.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's continue on and see. We've got a little bit left here.
Let's close the building for what it is. We're not doing anything but taking a video. What is so bad about that? We weren't disrupting anybody. We weren't doing anything wrong. No, we're not. We're not doing anything wrong. You're taking pictures of government property. And is that illegal from public access? It's not illegal, but it's okay. But have you determined that we are not a security risk yet? No, I haven't. Okay, do I look like I'm armed? No, I'm not armed. Does he look like he's armed? Come on, guys. Get off of our property. It's gonna be on YouTube.
Doing his impression of Michael Jackson.
Are you the marshal? You the man in charge?
I wish I was, but unfortunately, no.
Okay, well, I was attacked by one of these officers, physically assaulted, thrown into the street.
You're a liar by him.
I have it on video.
You're a liar.
I have it on video.
I moved you off of the sidewalk. I asked you to leave. You refused.
I think I have a right to refuse.
No, you don't have a right to refuse.
You do not.
This is public sidewalk, sir.
No, you're on federal property.
This is a public sidewalk.
You've been asked how many times.
I'm not on your property. I'm
You're still on
not.
federal property. Okay. All right.
The street is federal.
Wait for the marshal to get here. They get a supervisor here. We'll
I
take
don't
care
need
of
a
this.
supervisor to deal with your dumbass.
Okay.
You know, that camera doesn't do anything for you.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. It does
when it's
Lime Street. Yeah. You must have a hell of a
Can I get your name back?
Oh, I do.
No, I don't
It's
give
a
you
$900
shit.
phone, a $3,000 ring. I'm doing okay for myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
one of those
hey,
dudes
hey,
$8
hey.
bucks. Trying to kick people off a road. Yeah. Making no sense at all.
You're on a road?
No, I'm on public access.
No, sir, you're on federal property.
It's public access. It's called public access.
none of your business.
You have a guy walking down the road who agrees with
know
that.
what?
Regardless, but he's entitled to know your name. You working for...
You work for me.
You don't know what he's
Oh.
Oh, that is
Stupidest thing you could say.
That's so last year.
That's all we did.
Is he trying
Can I
to
get your
his
name and
sorry
badge number
ass
since
arrested?
nobody else will identify
What
themselves?
exactly are y'all doing?
Can I get your name and badge number since nobody else will identify themselves?
What's your name?
Name and badge number, please.
What's your name?
I'm not going to ask again.
You're not going to ask again.
I'm not going to ask again. If you're not going to give it to me, just say you're not going to give it to me.
I love that he is standing on the road thinking that gives him immunity from answering the
Well,
question.
I'm the good citizen that was walking down the sidewalk and got attacked by some of your agents.
Let me ask you a question, right? Are you a special agent? Okay, are you a federal agent? Okay. So now, you not being a special agent, right? You're working for the government, right? You being a civil servant, he's entitled. We're all entitled.
Oh, they done got a black guy in there that knows what's going on.
Right. You're not in a private facility as far as I'm concerned. Right now, we're all on the sidewalk in public.
We don't know where he can. There's an officer behind us watching. So if it was that big of a deal, he'd have came over here.
These are the ones that are filming the vehicle, your cars and your license.
What's the reason for filming the vehicle?
I don't answer questions. I mean, these gentlemen attacked me a minute ago, forced me to invoke my rights. I didn't have a choice. They backed me up in a corner and then they grabbed me and threw me into the street. I had the whole thing on. I had the whole thing on video.
That's why he was.
Yeah, you do. Good job. You recorded your arrest.
He's got the right to say whatever he
You know, there's a DHS bulletin out that says that it's perfectly all right for citizens to film federal facilities.
I appreciate your courtesy, though.
It is okay to film them from a position that is not on them.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, give what we get.
He's probably assessing the situation and probably figured that it's
That's because he's new here and he's not used to idiots. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's just a matter of
we're idiots.
Absolutely.
Right. What do you make, like 50 a year? 60 maybe?
He's not used to idiots. Ouch.
Felipe.
An honest statement.
Federal Courthouse, Houston, downtown. Hold on.
Now, drink.
Did you get...
Yes, Mom Nito.
Okay. The thing is what he just said. This is a federal courthouse. There is a difference between a public courthouse and a federal courthouse. Federal courthouses hold federal cases. There's a bit of a difference between what you're able to do in a public courthouse and what you're able to do at a federal courthouse.
Agreed.
Very much so.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for somebody who's supposedly, you know, a federal agent or something of that sort, as these, you know, gentlemen claim to be, I don't think it's appropriate for him to respond the way he's responding. You know, obviously. But
he's being unprofessional.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this officer is still being an idiot, of course, but, you know, there's some limits to you know, behavior from the other side as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is being unprofessional. He's not showing professional decorum.
Right. And I think we had Brooke with the hand up.
Yeah, it's just kind of mostly what, you know, Mom Nato had said. That and the whole I write your paycheck line, that always gives me, because like, I can use my job as an example. Yes, I work with Medicaid, but just because you're a taxpayer and technically write my paycheck, because I'm paid by, you know, taxpayers, obviously.
Right.
It doesn't mean
But
that
your taxes pay your salary as well, so.
Yeah. But it's not like if you were to call in and demand, I demand you give me Medicaid, and you're making, you know, and you have thousands upon thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars of resources, I can't. It doesn't matter if you're my boss or not. And so, yeah, they need to learn that. And I agree that the marshals need to be, you know, more professional. But I also wonder, and again, this is just wondering on this, if they already weren't on like high alert, let's say with like a massive federal drug case, and that they're
Might be.
already. And I'm not saying that would even excuse it there, but I'm just trying to get into their mindset of, because they came out very, very hot. They
Right.
either that or they had done this crap before, and they're like, yeah, we're not dealing with you today.
Right.
But either way, they were unprofessional, because even when on the phones, I get cussed out. Wouldn't be the first time that it would have ever happened. I can't scream back at them.
Right.
I have to remain professional. So, yes, they're in the wrong, but I'm wondering if there weren't external factors that played into this. They were still in the wrong, though.
I have forwarded a little bit again because there was a brief pause there. When nobody's talking to anybody, kind of a thing. So
yeah.
Well, I did notice at least once where the cops got between the federal marshals and the person
let's continue
filming,
watching
so.
and see what happens.
No, sir, I did not. You were up against the wall when I
don't
walked
get so
out.
close to me. I don't trust you. You don't get so close to me. Back the fuck up!
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Right?
Really?
You need to stop him from creating a hostile situation. That's what you need to do.
Sir, he's not creating a hostile situation.
He is. He attacked me a minute ago, grabbed me and threw me into the street.
Waking up for what? Waking up to this interrogation. To this interrogation. I'm gonna tell you something, man.
All we did was take pictures of the federal building. We're on the public sidewalk at all times. And that's fine. They can come and ask us about it, but to grab us and push us up against the wall and scream and yell at us and throw us out in the street, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable behavior. And since you guys aren't going to do anything, can I get your supervisor?
Yes, Chris.
I think I heard it. Okay.
Yeah, that was Chris, I think.
I think I see Curb there.
Herb?
Oh, wait a minute. It's just wide angle lens.
Where?
Curve,
no,
like
no,
the curvature of the earth.
Sorry, I
Let
said
video, Chris.
Continue.
Thanks, Chris. All right.
About being sued? Yeah. They don't have anything else to do. You're worried about
I want to register a complaint. I want to register a complaint.
Go the correct way, go through the front door.
Oops. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What's your name?
Know your name.
What's your name?
I don't have to identify myself unless you suspect. Okay, but you're a civil servant.
What's your name?
I don't have to identify myself unless you have reasonable suspicion that I committed a crime.
Do you have business here?
Did I commit a crime?
I haven't talked to you. Do you have business here?
Okay.
Is this a public building?
My question is,
You have business
okay,
here.
based on his allegations,
Oh,
right,
they've got him psychopath now.
If you didn't do anything wrong, why are you so concerned about him having your name?
I asked his name. He refused.
I gave you my name.
You don't need mine.
I gave you my name.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Let's just call it a quit.
Do you have business?
I would like to ask if anybody knows his name.
That's appropriate behavior from a public servant.
He's saying that he gave them his name, but he's claiming it was good citizen. That was his name.
And that doesn't.
He's being a smartass.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And but yeah, it's the whole. This is public property. We've been through this.
And actually, as long as it's part of the federal courthouse, no, it's not. Again, it is.
Yeah. We've been through it all.
Yeah, that's why I said Aston.
Yeah. We've only got a minute left here, so let's see if we can wrap it up.
Actually, even if you're standing on the public property, as Jenny mentioned earlier, after 9/11, a lot of restrictions were tightened up.
Yeah.
And it is illegal to film anyone entering or leaving a federal facility.
Yep.
Exactly.
Like an airport?
No, that's not a federal facility. But a federal courthouse, a police station, a jail, a mental hospital could be considered unfilmable because patient privacy.
Right.
Yep.
Airports are generally international.
Yeah, they're.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Depends.
I said generally. I said generally.
Not
All
always,
right, well,
but yeah.
let's see if we can get this last minute finished up here.
Exactly.
What I see here is a whole bunch of public servants that have forgotten who they work for.
They get in my face.
You work for me. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
There it is. Drink.
All right. All right.
Hold
All right.
on.
So who was going to escort me upstairs?
No, you don't
Who's
need
going
to
to escort me
apologize.
upstairs?
Come around the front.
He said
All
the
right.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my camera going until we get around front and we get away from this guy.
Sir,
All right.
sir. I'll walk you up front.
I'm just saying, as soon as we get away from him, I'll turn my camera off. That's all.
You gotta understand that there's people act differently all the way around. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Now.
All right. I'm going to turn my camera off.
That's fine. Turn it off.
Oh, you lying sack of shit.
He says, I went out front and met with these marshals. Supervisor who took my complaint. I believe she will act in good faith on the complaint. And even though she was not on scene, she actually apologized for what you just saw. Ooh, apologized.
Pics or it didn't happen.
A-P-O-L-A-G-I-Z.
What is it, 34? No,
Yeah.
34 is the porn one. 37.
New way to spell apologize.
What's 37?
All right. Well, we made it through.
I-
No, we're not
I
starting
think
it over.
37 is pics or it didn't happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
34 is the porn one.
Yeah.
Well, again, he can't take pictures of federal marshals. They actually are not supposed to be filmed because if they have to go do something like go undercover, you
Yeah.
have just blown their cover by taking the picture.
Well, in that case, he just violated that law about. Hold on, let me judge this. 3,300 times.
Yeah.
And yes, I know that number made no sense. I did it on purpose.
Hyperbolic, whatever. No.
Hyperboil. Hyperboil.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Yes, there we go.
There we are. Yeah.
Hyperbolic is the vomit comment.
I am down for one more if you want to.
If you have hyperboils, you really should see a doctor.
Yeah, really, yeah.
I was gonna say, don't call your doctor. Go to the ER. Man.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly. Jeez. No, I think we are going to wrap it up here for the evening. We've been live for quite a while, almost 2 hours. So yeah, I'm going to bed.
I think
there's so much stupid for us to
There
tackle.
is, but we'll have to tackle it next week. I was extremely ill last night, so I do appreciate everybody's patience with me when we switched nights from Friday to Saturday. All of a sudden yesterday just felt awful, wound up with a fever, and just it was awful. So I do.
Do you have the COVID?
appreciate- No, it's more stomach related. I think there was some sort of infectious thingy.
Ooh, bad food.
No, not even that. Unfortunately, I've got
How
a
many
lot of
times I
health
tell you,
issues.
you can't have the sushi from the gas station?
I have the clams, Chris.
That is still sushi.
Yeah. But that's sashimi.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we can get into this argument. None of it is sushi. Sashimi is exactly what they're eating. Ah!
Sashimi is raw fish.
Yes.
Sushi, it's a sashimi sushi, and then there's sushi, which
Sushi is rice,
cooked,
basically.
Cooked foods.
Right.
It's only when they call it sashimi that it is raw.
I believe sushi is literally rice.
Food with rice.
Okay, people are getting pissed at me, so I'm going to shut the fuck.
Yeah, I had somebody shut my door, so I started imitating Tornado. Sorry.
Yeah, Cernian says sushi is literally vinegar seasoned rice. There you go. And yes, we do have Jenny's link again in the live chat for anybody that has joined in late. So yes, please consider sharing the link, or if you have some extra change to throw around, please throw it her way. She's going through a difficult time. Her car engine blew up, and just trying to get her, a not new car, but a new to her car.
Yeah.
So yes, any
well, and just
sharing-
stressing that Jenny needs the car to be able to get to her doctor and physical therapy appointments, or her health will deteriorate.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no public transit where she lives. And what did you say, Jenny? It's like $50 to $60 per
45
day every time you go into
per-
town.
120.
Uber wants to charge you to come out to your place and then charge you to go to your appointment, and then of course charge you to bring you back home.
Right. Yeah. You're looking at what, like 4 trips total or 3 trips total? Yeah.
A lot of money.
Yeah, 3 trips a day.
Right. Yeah.
It adds
It's
up.
insane. So yes, definitely, you know, if you're
Give her
able,
shekels.
consider doing that. Let me see. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
And, you know, like we said earlier, if you can't, that's fine. Just,
Right.
you know, share it out so someone who can come across it that can. So,
Exactly.
I don't know if that's official Uber policy or if that was just that particular driver I had.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I wonder if they have I assume that they have the option of charging how they want that way.
Probably.
No.
That's
all covered through the app. I mean,
Yeah, they would be charging by mileage, so it's just a matter of if that's the closest driver to come and pick you up.
Right, exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the
Okay.
drivers don't have control over that.
Yeah, I've only used those guys once, so I'm familiar with their stuff, and that was just for a single trip return home.
Gotcha.
I drove for Uber for about 3 weeks, and then I said no.
All right. Well, I do have up there for tonight's taking us out pictures. Instead of the pug tonight, we have German Shepherd puppy, and that's Kaya, I believe her name is. That's Morton Nielsen, Mr. Ponyboy's puppy.
Aww.
Puppy! Also, he's heading to bed. See you all.
Good night,
Good night.
Tornado. Yes, he
Good
did
night.
say it is Kaya. Caya. I thought
Good
I
night,
had
kiddo.
that right.
Good night.
I wasn't sure.
And
Good
nice
night.
chatting with you again, Brooke.
Nice seeing you all. Thanks for putting up with me. Someone's got to, right?
But yes, with
Hey,
that
you're
we
my
are.
friend.
We're here
What can
for
I
you.
say?
With
I
that, we
know.
are going to wrap it up for the evening. I do want to say thank you to all the panel for coming out, and thank you, of course, to the live chat. You guys make this show what it is, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys as well. It would just be a bunch of us talking to each other otherwise. So I do
That's
definitely
boring.
appreciate you all. And all right, well, that's about it. That's all I got. And have a good night, everybody. Say good night, panel.
Peace out,
Good night,
everybody.
panel.
Panel.
Panel.